Hey everybody, today is all about 1985. We got something really awesome to test out, but I want to give a quick flashback. April 23rd, 1985. Do you have any idea what the number one song was?
No. I have no clue.
We Are the World was number one on the radio.
Yeah.
The movie, number one movie, the week of April 23rd, 1985. This is a shocker. Police Academy 2. Their
really
first
funny.
assignment.
That's really funny.
Number one TV show?
85
April 23rd?
was the Cosby Show?
It was the Cosby Show. Are you reading over my shoulder?
No, I
Is
used
she
to watch.
cheating?
No, I watched
She's
it.
cheating.
No, I'm not. I can't read.
No.
I don't have my glasses on. I can't read any of that.
One very, very awesome thing to me happened April 23rd, 1985. And that was the introduction of New Coke.
Coca-Cola is about to announce what it calls the most significant development in its history.
If you guys remember, we did a video maybe about like 6 months or so ago up in Atlanta, Georgia at the World of Coke, and I nearly lost it as I kind of geeked out over the fact that they had Max Headroom advertising materials for New Coke. The best, Max Headroom. Anyway, Max Headroom, huge for the branding of New Coke. If you guys don't know who Max Headroom is, maybe, I know.
You gotta look it up.
Jess is like looking into space.
She's
I have no
what?
idea. Max Headroom is basically, he was probably like a vlogger or YouTube or digital personality before there were digital personalities.
So New Coke is catching on. The taste is better and newer than.
Yeah.
And he basically was kind of a computer-generated image that wasn't just an image. It supposedly was somebody in the box.
Okay. It's great.
Like either doing interviews, etc. But in any event,
It was a big thing in 85.
I love Max Headroom, and I love the fact that New Coke was coming out to replace Coke. Cards on the table, I grew up in a Pepsi family.
I grew up in a Coke family.
Yep, and I don't know, I always thought Pepsi was more prevalent in the Northeast than Coke, and Coke was more of a Southern thing.
No,
But
it's just household.
in any event, the reason why New Coke was introduced to the masses is that Coke, for the length of their time period, and Coke was kind of Coca-Cola was one of the innovators or folks that kind of brought to the market the ability to have some type of cola beverage originally intended at like the pharmacies and everything. We go through this whole history in this video. I don't want to harp on it again, linked above at the World of Coke. But up to that point, Coke had a stranglehold on the marketplace of about 60% market share, and then started to see that the market share was going down both because of diet drinks and also because of Pepsi. And it was really believed that people were walking away from the Coca-Cola brand because Pepsi was a sweeter product, and the crowd wanted something sweeter, or they wanted a diet beverage. So therefore introduced New Coke. However, when they introduced New Coke, it was such a gigantic flop that it only took 3 months to reintroduce original Coke.
Yeah.
So that was super confusing, if you were living at the time where you had Coke, which, you had New Coke, and then you had the classic Coca-Cola. So, I mean, it essentially took
Oh,
God bless you. Jess is allergic to this story. It essentially took 79 days before the masses were at a point where there was extreme letter campaigns and class action lawsuits that were being filed, etc., to be able to get rid of New Coke and replace it with the original Coca-Cola formula. And I think there's somewhere along the lines here, the introduction with New Coke came the introduction of high fructose corn syrup, which, if you are not familiar, that's not necessarily sugar, and that's what's kind of at the advent of using high fructose corn syrup instead of pure sugar. And eventually Coca-Cola did away with their own brand of, like the classic Coke, and moved to high fructose corn syrup also, unless you buy your Mexican Coke, which is still
good.
Not the Coco, but Mexican Coca-Cola that is still made with actual sugar. New Coke lasted until 1992. They had a name change and they called it Coke 2 on the shelves.
Oh, I didn't even
And
know
Coke,
that.
and even though, well, for us, I think in the Northeast, like New Coke was just gone.
Yeah.
And it lived on in this world of Coke 2 in the Midwest.
Oh, I was going to say, 'cause
All
I
the
never
way
saw that.
until 2002. And then
Wow.
it finally just died. So in the grand scheme of things, for years, I mean, I looked for the bottle, the empty bottle, and I couldn't find it. Recently, Pepsi reintroduced Crystal Pepsi. I don't think it went very well when they reintroduced it. Of course, we bought into it. We did a video on that at once upon a time, too. If we could find it, we'll put a link up here. But with the advent of Stranger Things taking place in the 80s, Coca-Cola is now running a promotion on their website, and it seems kind of ridiculously priced. So I will tell you flat out that we paid full price for this, and it's I think it was $19.85 or something like that. I think it was $19.85 to be able to buy this box of Coca-Cola. And what's in this box? Actually, I'm not sure if the slogan is on the same side. One summer can change everything, because New Coke will be featured on Stranger Things Season 3 coming out. And for those that don't know, Stranger Things also filmed in Georgia, so there's some synergy here with Coca-Cola and their headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia, and filming the show there as well. But what's in this box, you get one bottle of original taste Coca-Cola, and well, you can see this, let's see, hopefully. Kind of tap on this thing here so you can see this a little bit better. There you go. And on the back side, it has a Stranger Things logo. So you get that bottle. You get a bottle of zero sugar Coca-Cola, black label. And again, on the back side of this bottle, logo also. Both of these bottles are numbered, by the way, so you get, there's only 175,000 of each of these products being made. So you get those two bottles, and then the big reward, you get 2 cans of New Coke. So and unfortunately it has this Stranger Things logo on the back. I'm going to say unfortunately because I really would have loved to have it like completely retro. But this is the can for those that didn't see this the first time around. And kind of the thought process here, at least what I saw online a little bit more, is that New Coke really kind of tastes like Diet Coke, but with a sweetener. And Coke Zero, which we have Coke Zero, is really kind of like classic Coke with sweetener. I may have gotten that backwards. But in any event, we're going to crack open one of these babies. Jess has never had this in her lifetime. This is 15 years before Jess. Mm-hmm. So we'll open this up. We've already put one in the fridge, so we cheated a little bit. We've got some glasses here. We need to use this very sparingly.
That's enough.
Yeah, you don't have to give me a lot, because I know I'm not going to drink it.
No Pepsi.
I'm not a big soda fan.
So, we're going all fancy here with glass. Cheers.
Cheers to 1985.
Let's see how this tastes.
Is it not like it just tastes normal?
It doesn't taste like classic Coke.
No.
How does it not?
There's something about it. It's just...
Yeah, something that kind of hits the back of your tongue or the side of your tongue.
I think it tastes normal.
It's not like diet, but there's something different.
It doesn't taste like Pepsi either, but it just, from what I can remember, of course, this is going back, 34 years now. I don't remember the New Coke tasting this way. I remember it tasting a little bit more like Pepsi.
I thought it tasted like diet when I tried it.
This one now?
No, back in 85. And I don't like diet soda at all. The diet soda is nasty.
I think that Coca-Cola is much sweeter.
I always thought Coke was sweeter than Pepsi.
One has cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
She always said that. She
Everything has cinnamon. Oh, well, to you, like everything has cinnamon.
Yeah, I know.
Not just soda, like everything that you eat.
I thought the chili had cinnamon in it too.
I made chili last night. Yep, that was the secret ingredient. It's always cinnamon. Well,
It just tastes normal. It's the same.
it tastes kind of like more of a flat
Yeah, that's what I
Coke.
was going
There's
to say.
not as much fizz to it.
Even though there's fizz in it, it just...
I think it's a nice trip down memory lane, but it's not. I guess after having a can or so, like, it's not something that I would have missed going away.
No.
So.
I think I tried it once when it came out, and that was it. I just like the Coke, regular Coke when I was... the Coke,
English Coke.
yeah.
We love Coke.
I know.
It's that YouTube lifestyle. So, do you like it?
It's okay.
What's your opinion
It's normal.
compared to Pepsi? And Jess has been around the horn. I love soda, so I'm gonna say that. Like, I was on Diet Coke hook for a long time. So if you watch like the first couple of years of these videos, I used to always joke around about Diet Coke sponsoring the channel. I love Diet Coke, but I've since migrated back to Pepsi, and now I really don't like Pepsi all that much, and I've moved back to RC Cola for those guys that have RC towards them or anything. We went to St. Louis and we found that RC and 7-Up and other flavors were from a company that's out of St. Louis, and I was all excited to find RC again, so back on that kick. But Coca-Cola for the most part, especially out of the fountain, so it's syrupy. Mm-hmm. But this...
Yeah, that's my favorite. If I drink Coke, it has to be fountain.
It doesn't have a very strong cola taste. It has a very muted taste. It does kind of taste like, almost like Diet Coke.
That's, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I drink so much of Diet Coke, it tastes kind of like Diet Coke.
I think you're just thinking it tastes like
No,
that.
it tastes like a little slightly sweeter version of Diet Coke.
It tastes the same.
So, I'm going to save these other bottles, by the way. And for everybody, I know that folks are going to stroke out about the fact that it's $20 for 2 bottles and 2 cans. You can't buy these cans in the store, and at least as of the time of recording this, they've been adamant about the fact that they're not bringing this back to store shelves in mass. They wanted to keep it limited. You could get a free can of this if you went to World of Coke. They were handing them out for visitors that went through the door. I know when I went, they gave you the small sample sizes, and you could pretty much just drink as much soda as you wanted to the whole day. But these little bottles, like the collector bottles, if you go to World of Coke or you go to the Coca-Cola store at Disney Springs, the limited bottles that they have that are normally branded for like Coca-Cola Orlando, or they say like, you know, Happy Father's Day or whatever else on them, I think these normally run somewhere like in the neighborhood of like almost like $5 or $6 a bottle to begin with. So these are a little bit more limited. I think they're going after the market for Stranger Things and the fact that people are going to collect them. So they put the price point where it is. There's nothing else that's exciting in the box. I mean, you're pretty much just getting these other cardboard pieces, and you get the box itself, I guess, if you wanted to collect it, because it's a Stranger
Yeah,
Things.
it's a nice little display.
The most ridiculous thing is that this is literally how the box is shipped, so I'm not going to show you my entire shipping label, but it just FedEx arrives at your house like this. And I guess
It's
maybe
not
some
even
of
in
the
another box.
yeah, I guess maybe some of the cost for the thing is also associated with the fact that they're sending it to you FedEx, so they just left it on the doorstep like that. So, in any event, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my new Coke, new old Coke, and we're going to sign off. So, you have any final words? Go Coke. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for all of your likes and your comments and your subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys.